Hello, welcome to my channel Aim to Alter, which will transform your life positively. In my last video, I talked about success not being final and failure not being fatal. What matters is the courage to continue. In today's video, I'm going to tell you how you can stay motivated because even in defeat, there is a valuable lesson learned. At times, success can't teach you what failure can. What failure you see in the hardships, you see yourself down and prepare to rise up. It is as the world shuts down doors on your face. Nobody values failure. But at this tough moment, you should not lose hope. Failure makes you think and contemplate. It makes you reflect on your actions. You start to accept the mistakes you have made. Failure and success are two aspects of life. It is not that a failure can't ever be successful or that a successful person can't end up being a failure. As I explained in my last video, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. In facing a failure, more courage is required than there is in facing success. Successful person end up being happy while upon failure one is remorsed. Anyhow, one should face the failure with courage and hope. Like a successful person may face failure ahead, a failure can face success ahead. Success is not final and failure is not fatal. Life goes on, and you can always steer your failure to success by trying hard. Optimism is what counts. Failure and success are dynamic conditions which may change any moment. Let me take an example here. If you look at the person as they are, they will always remain what they may be or worse. But if you look at the person as they could be, they will grow into what they should be. We have to know what we stand for, what you as an individual stand for. When you walk in a room, when you represent as you, as an individual, what people around you see you, what feeling do they get? How do you leave your energy impression on them or make a mark on them? How many of you guys have experienced fear? So here's what fear does. Fear is restrictive. Fear stops us from taking steps that we need to take to become the best version of ourselves. Fear is the thing that literally holding you back from doing the thing you're supposed to do. Fear is stopping you from becoming the leader that you're supposed to be. I ask myself that I don't operate in my faith and instead operate in my fear. I don't chase my dreams and become the person that I'm supposed to be who loses out. I realized that I wasn't doing this for me, like every time I do something, it's not just for me. That there are people who are watching you right now in your journey and you're inspiring them just by the way in which you move. So, inspiring someone is not what you literally want. The true goal is the need to have is to inspire yourself, satisfy yourself, and make yourself happy by doing something that you truly want. You have no idea how realistic that would be. Understand that when adversity hits you, oftentimes it's trying to teach you, but your perspective has to be great on it. If I were to say, oh my God, I failed in this direction and I'm a loser, I would never be able to find my right direction for myself. Oftentimes, life puts us in position so that we absolutely be hit in the head, so that we can redirect ourselves and know which way we're supposed to go. Do not fear failure, but please be terrified of regret. And giving up is the birth of regret. You will always think of the possibility that you may have succeeded if you had tried hard. Experiencing a major failure is one of the worst things in life. It fills you with negative emotions and leaves you feeling worthless. This is what most people will do anything within their power to avoid failure, even if it means never attempting anything new. Despite the negative energy it comes with, failure has a positive value. Experiencing failure can teach you lessons that you wouldn't have learned otherwise. You can learn from failure. Actually, some of the most successful people in the world were only able to attain success because of the lessons they learned by their previous failures. Have you experienced a major failure recently? Here are some important lessons that you can learn from failure. Someone who has experienced failure understands that the success is never guaranteed. Sometimes failure happens due to factors outside your control. Having experienced failure pushes you to go after your dreams. It teaches you to keep trying and trying until you get it right. This is what eventually leads to success. When you go through a failure, that's basically the universe telling you that there is something you're not doing right. This means that to overcome your failure, you must change something in your approach. You have to look back at your failure, see what you did wrong, and then decide what changes you need to make to be successful next time. In doing so, your failure teaches you that only way to overcome failure is to embrace change. Failure can be a great source of motivation if taken positively. Going through a failure gives you a chance to look back at things and redefine what is important for you. Sometimes you will experience failure not because you didn't give your best effort, but because you pursued the wrong idea. When things are going your way, you might get too optimistic and want to act on every idea that pops up in your head. Failure reminds you that not every idea that pops up in your head is a great one. Experiencing failure teaches you to filter through your ideas, conduct through evaluation, and only act to the ideas that look most promising. Failure is painful experience that no one wants to go through. The truth of the matter, however, is that failure is inevitable. As long as you are attempting something you have never done before or continue pursuing your dreams, you cannot completely avoid failure. Despite the pain that comes with failure, this is not to say that failure doesn't have its silver lining. If you pay attention, failure can teach you a valuable lesson. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts about this quote in the comment section below. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about the lessons learned from defeat or failure. If you haven't still subscribed to my channel, please do it now. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again in my next video.